In this tutorial, we'll learn how to use the load docx files from folder plugin for the Butter text analysis software. What this plugin will do is allow us to read in texts from Microsoft Word files and then pass those texts on to other plugins to do different types of text analysis procedures. It's important to note that this works for docx files, which are from Microsoft Word version 2007 and onward. Older files, just .doc without the X, won't work with this plugin. Now for this example, I have a folder full of several TED Talks. Each of these TED Talks are stored within a different docx file. As you can see here. And I also have several subfolders within that main folder that have additional TED Talks and docx files. So we can see that this is a top-level plugin, so that means we need to add it to the top of our text analysis pipeline, and then we can connect other plugins to it afterwards. If we go to the settings for this plugin, you can see that there are three things to do here. The first is choose folder. Here we want to choose the folder that contains all of our docx files that we want to read into Butter. Now the two other options are include subfolders and try to preserve paragraphs. The include subfolders option will make sure that we can scan all of these additional folders that are in our main folder and check them for docx files as well. And this will do a recursive search, so if we have additional subfolders and more folders in there that contain docx files, this will look inside all of the subfolders for docx files. The try to preserve paragraphs option. This is a little bit more complicated and something that most people don't need to worry about. Inside of a docx file, there's different formatting to try to separate out paragraphs to make sure that they're kept separate. What this option will do is try to preserve those paragraphs when you read in the text. This doesn't always work due to a number of reasons about what goes on the inside of a docx file. And for the most part, again, you won't need to worry about having this on or off. Your results will come out the same either way. Now let's say that we want to read in our docx files and then calculate lexical richness scores. We'll add this plugin, the tokenizer, so our text become tokenized. Then we'll calculate lexical richness, and then we'll save the lexical richness scores to a CSV file. And I'll go ahead and let this run for a minute, and then I'll cancel early just so we can see what the output looks like. And you can see for text ID, we have all these different files, the docx files that we want to read in with the original plugin. And if we have the include subfolders option checked, we'll get the specific subfolders that the text belong to in the segment ID column in this type of output. So for each text, we've read it in, and we've calculated a number of lexical richness scores like type token ratio and moving average type token ratio and so on. And that's how we use the load docx files from folder plugin for Butter.